What up, everybody? Welcome to Unpopular Review, AEW Dynamite Recap and Review. This is Divine Intervention with All Elite Joker.
Hello, I am Joker.
Uh, whew, lot to cover on Beach Break.
Yeah,
Lot to cover.
whole lot. Cleveland, Ohio. A whole lot of stuff on the card. And we started with quite the banger.
Indeed we did. First up, we've got Cody Rhodes and Sammy Guevara for the TNT Championship ladder match. Very good match to start the show. I didn't realize Cody was 2-0 over Sammy.
Yep.
So this would you call this a rubber match? Because normally that's 1-1, and that this is to decide it. But it's Cody's had pretty decisive victories up to this point.
Yeah, but I guess it had those stakes since it was like the big one.
Yeah.
To be the first undisputed TNT champion.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with the belt on the line, it definitely takes it to that next level. This match was nuts. A couple of really crazy spots. A lot of moves off of ladders. We had first off, we had a cutter off the barricade. I want to put that in there because I thought that was super impressive. But
oh yeah,
in comparison, there were a lot of moves. We had a
I got you.
Oh yeah, help me out here.
Check it. Okay. So first we started with a lovely fight in the crowd. Got to start off with the appetizer. And then we had a suplex from the top of the ladder. Yeah, which was just, the thud that came from that was just disgusting. Then we had Cody picked him up almost to put him into almost like it was suplex, but he went back down on top of the support joints of the ladder.
Oh yeah, the hinges.
So, the hinges. And so that looked like that hurt real bad. And then we had a figure four between the ladders.
Oh yeah, I had the figure four, pretty nasty.
Yeah, that was terrible. And then Sammy got a little bit of offense in, and then Cody just threw a ladder in his face, which was amusing. Then we had which was probably, okay, real quick. Sammy, I love Sammy in ladder matches because Sammy always makes sure that you remember something happened in his ladder matches. You know what I mean? Like any ladder match that Sammy's had, you can think of something dumb that he's done on the ladders. Okay, so I preface that to say, then we had Sammy jumping off of the turnbuckle onto a ladder, and then off of that ladder, diving, grabbing Cody, and hitting a cutter off of a taller ladder. Wow. And it was just executed just perfectly. Yeah, Elvis. What's up, Elvis? It said Sammy gave the RKO out of nowhere to Cody. Yeah, he RKO'd him over a ladder off of a taller ladder, and it was absolutely beautiful. And I know it hurt so bad.
Also, just want to point out this comment right here. Fighting champ, absolutely still your reigning and defending UPR champion. I know I'll be putting the title on the line here come Saturday, but I'm confident that with good guessing skills, I too can be a two-time champion.
Guessing skills.
Look,
fair enough.
That's pretty much what it was. I mean, if we're being honest, I'm just a better guesser than Chris, and he can go cry about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, can't argue with
that. Just want to point out too, Scorpio Sky and Dan Lambert were in the audience, kind of spectating. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Men of the Year have been floating around the TNT Champion scene, whether it was Cody or Sammy. So,
whatever.
Crossroads off the ladder.
Yep, I was just about to get to that. And then, yeah, for retaliation, Cody did a crossroads off. Have we seen a crossroads off of a ladder yet? I know we've seen it off the top rope, but I don't think we've seen it off a ladder yet.
Yeah, there's several moves. Several moves tonight that I have never seen performed off of a ladder. And between Cody and Sammy, I think they did a fantastic job. No real botches or anything that I could see, other than the ladder not giving way on that final spot.
Oh my god! Okay,
the
so
way his back.
Oh my god, that swanton bomb off the top of the tallest ladder they had, and then just to land straight on Cody, and like shout out to Cody for being able to take this hit because and be able to move after, because this man was laid out across a ladder, and then
which we called from the start was like bad news.
Yeah, we're like, oh, Cody's going to wind up on that ladder later, and Sammy's going to jump off something stupid. And we were right. So Sammy gets the biggest ladder they have, which I think is like a 15-foot, and jumps off of it, does a swanton bomb off of it, and just lands perfectly, beautifully executed on just Cody, but the ladder didn't give. And oh my God, the thud just, and metal sounds. And it was just like, oh God, because like that had to hurt both Sammy and Cody.
Oh, for sure.
You know, I mean, Sammy just landed straight on Cody, which I'm sure Cody is pretty solid, so that probably hurt for Sammy. But then Cody just got sandwiched between Sammy and a ladder, which is, again, not a place you want to be, especially with the velocity he had to have gotten coming off the top of that ladder.
For sure.
Just like, oh my God.
But Sammy got the win in the end, smashing the TNT belts, smashing Cody whilst on top of the ladder. Legit fight. I mean, they really put it out there, and I think Sammy earned his victory over Cody. And I think this kind of puts this feud to rest, I guess. Sammy is free to move on to perhaps one of the men of the year, I'm sure.
Probably Scorpio.
I guess we'll see. All right. Next, we had a short promo with Team Taz with Tony Schiavone out at Edgewater Beach. There is actually a beach in Ohio. I know a lot of people in the comments and the internet have been upset that Beach Break was in the Midwest, and I agree.
Midwest.
Definitely would have preferred it someplace a little more sunny,
tropical.
But what can you do? At least they had a beach. Anyway, so just Team Taz taking the opportunity to call out their peeps. Want to take a moment to talk about these outfits.
Okay, I was just about to say we need to acknowledge the fact that Ricky Starks had on like the most stereotypical
whole ski ensemble,
stereotypic ski outfit, and
he looked good
with goggles.
He looked good.
He looked like a cartoon villain.
He looked like money.
Cartoon villain. Exactly. And then Hobbs with his overalls.
No, we need to talk about Hobbs.
With the overalls, no shirt. There's snow on the ground.
Triple X looking ass jacket.
Right. Like, it's like, bro, where are you going? Like, why you got this big ass fur coat on?
Look, it's cold. He didn't have a shirt on. He gotta protect.
Exactly. That's my point. Why this man got on overalls with no shirt on?
It's the look. He's got to have the look.
His muscles will keep him warm.
Anyway, Hobbs calling out Dante Martin for another match. Ricky Starks following up on the Jay Lethal interruption situation, talking about what did Jay Lethal say? Oh, calling Taz Ricky's daddy. That's the Anyway, they'll wrap that up, I'm sure. I can't wait for Hook to become FTW champion. I just throwing it out there. FTW, TNT, all the belts for Hook. All right. Next, we had Wardlow versus two dudes. Unfortunately, they did flash their names on the screen, but I did not write them down. They were not in the match long enough to matter.
I was going to say, it would have taken longer to write their names down in the match.
Bro, for real. Wardlow, obviously the hometown hero from Cleveland. So heroes welcome. Big sign that they zeroed in on. Welcome home, War Daddy. God bless the AEW fans.
Hey man, they're what do you call it? Supportive. That's the word.
Wardlow did what he came to do. Powerbomb Symphony. Between the two guys, I think he did it like 5 times. Piled them all up top of each other. 1, 2, 3. We knew what the outcome was. Obviously, this was to continue to hype Wardlow, especially in his hometown. But he did stop Spears from going down the ramp to do his whole thing with the chair.
Yeah,
their names were Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Pretty much. Yeah, does that count as 2 wins?
Yeah,
he pinned them both at the same time, so I feel like that should count as 2 wins. He beat 2 guys. I think it should. They both got pinned at the same time. That counts.
Even more steps towards the TNT Championship. I know I just gave it to Hook, but got to give it to Wardlow
first, and then Hook.
Ooh, all right.
Man. Hook suplexing Wardlow. I need to see it one day.
Perhaps one day when he has his grown man strength.
Hey man, he's suplexed Bronson just fine. So
yeah, you know what, you're right.
I suppose right. I don't feel like Bronson and Wardlow are too far off as far as like weight's concerned.
I don't know. Their build is just so different, you know. Just
if anything, Wardlow's easier to grab.
That's fair. All right, moving on. We've got Chris Jericho and Proud and Powerful versus 2.0 and Daniel Garcia. Obviously, a lot of bad blood here. Eddie Kingston still recovering from an orbital bone fracture, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. Wishing him nothing but healing. Obviously, speedy recovery for him. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, look, Trouble in Paradise from the beginning. PNP made it very clear that they were not cool with Jericho.
They did not want him there.
Which I don't know. On the one hand, I get it. You know, they're ready to kind of step out and do their own thing. But Jericho hasn't really done anything to PNP, in my opinion, other than talk about their homeboy Eddie Kingston. I mean, sometimes that's enough. I'm not a guy. I don't know, but.
Well, I mean that, and I mean, you know, the frustration of feeling like they've been just in Chris's shadow, and I think you said, you know, out here cleaning up the boss's mess again.
Yeah.
You know, that gets old after a while, especially if that's the only thing that you're getting, you know, out of this interaction.
Well, and to play devil's advocate here, PNP got involved with 2.0 in the first place because of Eddie, not because of Jericho. They came in to support Eddie first. And Jericho came in to save the day. So for me, Jericho has done nothing but support PNP. Like I said, I understand them wanting to branch out and do their own thing. But Jericho's been down for them since day one. And everything I see still supports that.
I mean, Chris looked legitimately heartbroken, and, you know, it's Chris Jericho. But he looked so upset when he was walking up the ramp because, you know, at the end of the match, he didn't.
Yeah, he wasn't in the ring with them.
Yeah, he just walked up.
He just walked off.
Walked up.
I mean, you can't blame him. They would not tag him in at all. They actively got in the way. And in the end, it was still his Judas effect that sealed the deal, because Santana didn't do any other moves on him after that. He just rolled him up.
No, he hit him with a pile driver.
Okay.
Yeah, he Judas affected Matt as he was coming around, and then Santana turned him around, picked him up, and hit him with a pile driver, and then pinned him for the win.
But still, that's not a finisher. The Judas effect is a finisher. He did do another move, but anyway.
Pile driver used to be a finisher.
Well, that's very true. But Santana, obviously, with the win. I don't know where we go from here. I guess this is the dissolving of the inner circle. Obviously, Sammy with the TNT Championship. He's off doing his own thing right now. Haven't seen Hager in a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And PNP are obviously ready to go do their own thing. So does this leave a vacuum for another faction like a House of Black, perhaps?
I was about to say like the House of Black. Yeah. No, I feel like that's kind of like the Inner Circle has run its course, and I honestly wanted the Inner Circle to not be a thing anymore when I thought Chris was retiring, or at least after the whole Pinnacle debacle. But I feel like there's nowhere else you can really go with the Inner Circle, aside from it just being like, hey, let's always agree to, help each other out if we need to. But
yeah, I don't think this is the last
we'll
ever
run together. Yeah, exactly.
Of the Inner Circle, but I think that it is time for them to move out of the spotlight.
Yeah, I agree.
Shout out real quick to the Hook commercial. Just saying. It was a whole commercial about Hook and how awesome he is, and to check out Rampage because that's where you can find him.
It's a Rampage commercial that happened to just feature only Hook.
Look, it was a Hook commercial. We all know what it was. All right.
Anyway.
On. We will cover this one real quick. Actually, we'll cover the next two real quick. Hold on. Off topic, who's your favorite person to ever play a Power Ranger? All right, Elvis, you got me there. I gotta go with Amy Jo Johnson. Absolutely. That's a great question. All right, we're gonna cover these next two promos really quick. So Lance Archer versus Hangman promo. It is going to be a Texas death match. Very exciting. This is the second Texas death match we've seen.
Yes.
Okay. It's happening in 2 weeks. And Hangman says that he will come back from all 9 layers and bring hell with him. I don't believe Hangman's going to lose the title to Lance Archer. It's unfortunate because
if he did, though.
I know. And look, because it's AEW, there's always that little asterisk of maybe. But for me, it's 99% Hangman for sure. If anything, I'd be more concerned with whoever he's facing at Revolution, which shaping up to be Adam Cole, baby. But yeah, I mean, I believe him. I'm sure it's going to be a pretty gnarly match, if anything is to be believed from his fights with Bryan Danielson. So yeah, very excited to see what they're going to do. My only concern, of course, is protecting Lance. He's always kind of floated into the picture as this big man, and I don't know. His credibility is lessening for me as he continues to try for these championships that he doesn't win. Like, I'm glad that he won the what Japanese title did he win? I forgot.
Oh, he was the New Japan United States champion.
Okay. So he did win one, but he hasn't sealed the deal within AEW's universe.
Yeah, he has been a champion before, but not here in AEW.
And even won it on AEW TV. Like, I don't remember. I think it was on a Dynamite, if I'm remembering correctly. But I can't remember when. But anyway.
If you did, I'll look it up.
Anyway, very excited for this match. I'm sure it's going to be great. Next, we've got Jurassic Express and Private Party. Apparently, Private Party is the #1 ranked team. I don't know when that happened. We try to keep up with Dark and Dark Elevation, but there's just a lot of things to watch these days. We don't see it all, unfortunately. But they reference the Ass Boys, and I know that we're going to get to talk about Joker's favorite person in the main event, if you know anything about the Ass Boys and the Ass family. But they did reference that attack from last week? No, that was the week before last, because they cut a promo, I thought, last week talking about it.
Yeah, I think so.
So 2 weeks ago, I believe. I don't know. Again, the match is fine. I'm excited to see what comes of it. I wonder if Andrade is going to get involved in any way, but I still don't think that Private Party are going to seal the deal and take the tag team champions from Jurassic Express. I don't think that they will have a long reign, but I don't think they're going to lose it to Private Party. What do you think?
Nah. Had you caught me when Private Party knocked the Young Bucks out of the tag team tournament way back?
Yeah, where is that Private Party?
Stuck with Matt Hardy.
I know. And you know what? I know it's of their own volition. They love it. That is their hero, for a lot of tag teams that, have that style to be taken under their wing like that. Like they spend time.
And they have gotten a lot more fluid.
Oh, for sure. That isn't to say that they haven't improved at all. But yeah, like these guys spend time with Matt's family. Like they play with his kids, and obviously it's much deeper than just on-screen stuff for them.
Oh yeah. So,
happy to see that they're making connections and obviously spending time with somebody who has highly influenced them and their style. All right. I think this is a good time to take a break. I am Divine Intervention. This is All the Elite Joker. Unpopular review, AEW Dynamite recap and review. That. We'll be right back after these messages, you guys.
Oh shit, I gotta do a commercial. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the bad guy. You can catch me on Tuesday nights right after NXT go off the air. But there's so much going on with UPR. You got the wrestling aspect of everything, you got the gaming, and you got the entertainment. So there's so much content going on. And hey, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all that good stuff. There's so much content going on, and we want to say thank you for following us. And hey, if you don't follow us, I gotta say there's a certain list that you're gonna be on. So continue to support us. Thank you for everything. And don't be jerks.
Welcome back, everybody. Jerks. Don't be jerks. Don't get on the list, you guys. Like, share, subscribe. All these lovely people. You can catch so many shows throughout the week. All right. Still a lot to cover, you guys.
A ton.
And most of it is in the CM Punk segment, if we're being honest.
Man.
There is a lot that happened. I'm going to try to boil this down as much as I can because to cover every single bullet point would just be ludicrous. The Long Boys are canon. CM Punk said it on live television, so canon. He still has the scarf from last week where he stole it. Very scandalous.
Continuity.
CM Punk says that he has chased MJF everywhere and he has beaten everyone that he has put in his way. Obviously, Sean Spears in 11 seconds, we find out tonight. Yes, he beat Wardlow, but obviously he got his ass kicked. Obviously, I want to point out here, Elvis had a very interesting point. Is CM Punk boring? Joker?
No. Continue with your synopsis.
Yeah, I don't know. No, CM Punk personally is not boring. I thought that this talking standoff went too long. Too long. I think that it was nice that they gave each other the platform to go back and forth. But obviously the match is happening. And in true to Max fashion, all the buildup and all of the hype, it was long-winded. Still a genius on the mic. I mean, everything he said was valid. And then the Pinnacle come out and absolutely destroy CM Punk. Murdered in the middle of the ring. Nobody came to help. Unfortunately, MJF demands that. I mean, Wardlow. First of all, let's say this before I say the next piece. Wardlow is just chilling in the corner. It is FTR and Sean Spears kicking CM Punk's ass while MJF is talking shit into the microphone. Wardlow is chilling, and the commentary team do make a point to like say this initially that like he's not looking to get involved. He's just kind of standing there until MJF, he does something that MJF is like, oh, okay, well, now you're going to powerbomb him. But yeah, he tells him to powerbomb him on Sean Spears' scarf chair. Was that the scarf chair or was it a regular one?
I think it was just a regular chair, but yeah, he powerbombed him. Oh, God. It was so
He
bad.
did not look like he wanted to do it.
Nope.
Free Wardlow.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, yeah, ultimate disrespect. MJF sits on CM Punk's chest to finish his promo.
Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
So
Kinda
bad.
rude. Kind of rude. Oh.
Yo. What's going on, Victor?
Whoop, whoop. Who else wants to see Tully versus Arn?
Please, no.
Look, I don't want to see a whole match.
I'm not trying to watch no walker and wheelchair match, okay? That is not what I am here to see. Exactly.
No. I don't want to see a whole match, but I would be lying if I said that on Rampage, because they will be clashing on Rampage if I'm to be correct. Yes. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't want to see something like on the outside between them, like, you know, like a little just.
Why the old man fight?
Look, Arn Anderson did it to himself, okay? He said he would pull out the Glock and shoot a mofo. So if that's to be believed, then a fist fight with an old man should be no problem.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, don't gas her up, please.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Oh man, I've had those dreams. They're terrifying.
Yeah, we always, honestly, every time he's on, which I guess is every week for Dynamite, always appreciate him for the time that we have him. Also glad that he, speedy recovery for his cancer treatments and everything. Hope he continues to stay in good health. All right. So moving on from this, like I said, this took a good minute. Next, we got a brief Jon Moxley and Acclaimed promo. It's going to be Mox versus Bowens. Obviously, Mox is from Ohio. And the Acclaimed basically want revenge because Mox has jumped them in the past, which, I mean, that's just Mox's way, man. You just don't get in his way.
I mean,
I know those are two of your favorites. Who you got?
I mean, it's Bowens, not Caster. So obviously Mox, and most of the time it's going to be Mox regardless because Jon Moxley is Jon Moxley. I mean, like we watched the GCW show and he was still Jon Moxley, no
Plus,
matter
he's
where
the hometown hero. There's no way he's going to lose.
Oh, man.
Plus, it's on Rampage. Yeah, it's a feel-good match. He's going to totally whoop Bowens' ass.
I mean, every match
don't let Tessa Blanchard show up. I agree. Tessa is very, very problematic.
Yeah,
from what I understand.
I don't think she's going to be able to show up much of anywhere large for quite some time, or if ever.
Okay, well, next, very interesting stuff. Speaking of the House of Black, Julia Hart with Griff Garrison cutting a brief promo. And then Smart Mark Sterling comes up with a lean release. Well, not a lean release. Jesus Christ, that's work. My bad. But a hold harmless agreement for better terms. Just making sure that because of her eye patch, they're not going to hold anything against Jade Cargill, the Jade brand, if I'm remembering that correctly. Jade, Jesus. Griff is protesting, saying probably not a good idea. Julia says she can fight her own battles. What do you think?
Yes.
We haven't gotten to that yet, but she...
Yeah, she can fight her own battles because apparently Griffin the Pillman boy can't fight them for her because they both got their arses handed to them.
She has not messed with them yet, bro. She has not messed with them since the whole mist situation. She won't get in the ring with them. Her whole attire has changed. She's got to be joining.
Bruh, just real quick, the eye patch on the match graphic killed me.
Oh yeah, it definitely.
But yeah, no, just quick. Oh yes, she is, and it's going to be absolutely glorious. And I hope Father Midnight himself, Malachi Black, comes and swoops in and saves her from the blondes. Real quick, Mark. I love Mark Sterling, and he's like one of my guilty pleasures. But he's like one of those managers that I really do just like enjoy his presence because he's just a dickhead, and it's funny. And so when he gets on this, when he walks on, he's just like, "Hey, Julia, how you doing? Great. Anyway." Like, Mark is always doing something like that, and just he's a nuisance, but he just seems like an idiot, but a smart idiot.
Seeing him on the GCW show was pretty cool.
And it's fun.
Shout
to
out
remember.
to GCW, a lot of AEW wrestlers on that show that night.
Yes, there were, and it was a very, very interesting, excellent night. Intend on watching some more.
Indeed. Just for anybody who hasn't seen it, GCW is known for pretty graphic wrestling, a lot of deathmatch stuff. That's where Nick Gage, who did appear on an episode of AEW Dynamite several months ago, a lot of
match that has happened on this show.
And apparently GCW is very much like that. The show itself was pretty good from a wrestling perspective. The matches were great, but no real blood and guts from what I remember, and apparently that's not their style. So just know that if you watch it, you're not getting the full effect there. All right, moving on. Red Velvet versus Leyla Hirsch. Velvet was not playing around tonight. She was pissed after last week. Layla obviously lashing out. She's very upset. Lost a lot of money because of Chris Statlander and her selfishness. Obviously, I'm on Velvet's side. I love Velvet very much. Got to meet her Double or Nothing last year. Very exciting. But apparently this match is between the top 2 ranked women. I didn't realize that Velvet was number 1 ranked and Hirsch is number 2. Layla obviously working the shoulder in preparation for her finisher, which is the armbar.
The legit lock.
Yes, the legit lock. And definitely speed versus strength situation here. It was a good match. It was a solid match. I think that the ladies always put their best foot forward when they get time in the ring. And honestly, the crowd was more invested than they usually are.
I was about to say, the crowd was quite into it tonight, which was very nice, and I was quite happy to see that.
But Layla coming out with the victory, and then Layla attacks after the bell. Chris Statlander coming in with the save. And then, of course, again, Magical Wall is now also canon because JR was like, so why does everybody stop at that magical wall and just can't go up and fight that person? Obviously, you want to save it for the next episode. Leave them tantalizing for a little more.
Oh, Statlander. I'm excited for that match.
Agreed. And I wonder where Statlander falls on the rankings. If those two were 1 and 2, obviously Layla goes up to being the number 1 ranked competitor after this, but Chris is technically lower than her now on the totem pole.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Thunder Rosa is in the top 5. And it was Layla, Red Velvet, Thunder Rosa, forget, but
I think Chris has got to be there somewhere because she does get victories. I know she lost the mixed tag match, but I don't think that counts against her singles wins.
Nah, there was something, but yeah. But regardless, Layla's number one now, and I still want to see her in Team Taz. Just throwing that out there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm wondering if this is, leading down that path, because Taz has made mention of her before on Dark.
Could be.
I think Orange and Black will work for her. I'm just saying.
I agree. And I think, like I said on the last episode of our unpopular review, I think a lot of factions are going to be recruiting female wrestlers into their ranks over 2022. You're seeing Britt Baker kind of moving into the direction of Adam Cole. And, I would hate to see her resign to just being at his side once she loses the championship. But I think that that's something safe for her to do in the meantime while she's not in the spotlight,
Yeah. And just man of taste and culture.
Yes.
I see.
Second only to Jade Cargill.
Bro, she is. Quick question though. Could you see Layla as like maybe a TBS champion? Because I feel like I could.
Oh yeah. I think she needs some work on the mic. Like, obviously, we've had strong women on the mic as far, even Cheetah, with English not being her first language, cut a good promo when it came to matches that really mattered. So I think if you're going to put the belt on anybody, they need to at least be able to speak.
Rosa, that's a mean promo.
She does, and I can't wait for it to be her time to shine because the people love her. All right. Next, of course, touching on the House of Black promo, Julia Hart was definitely in it. She was cut into it, 100% confirmed, joining the House of Black, calling it here and now.
3 weeks ago.
I'm just going to keep saying it until it happens. And then when it does, I will rejoice, for the House of Black has gained one more. Brody King has come, obviously thriving on the controversy referencing Cody's promo from last week. But Brody King has come, and we will be thankful. Pac will pay for denouncing the house. And like death, they are inevitable. I think this is going to be a serious tag team over the course of 2022. I don't know when they make a play for the titles, but I think that they are definitely going to be tearing through the division over the next few months. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of want to see them get the titles, to be honest. I feel like it would really legitimize what they're doing, along with Julia joining and probably at least one other person. And I kind of want to just have like little agents around, just loosely associated, or people that you may not know are associated. And they look so perfect together, though. Like, they look menacing. Malachi has gotten that aura down just right in his promos, and then just to have Brody with his just mass,
and he speaks so well.
I was about to say, and then that eloquent speech is so perfect. Like, it's so perfect.
It is one thing to be a big lumbering oaf, and don't get me wrong, that is imposing in and of itself. But to know that there is intelligence behind it
makes it all the more
terrifying.
Exactly. Because there's a brain behind that brawn, and that's terrible.
Yeah, and it's going to be very interesting to see what these two do over the next couple months. Serena Deeb needs a title. I agree. I think that she will be TBS champion long before Layla Hirsch.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
But heel versus heel, Serena Deeb versus Jade Cargill. You know, honestly, if anybody's gonna take it off of Jade, Serena Deeb has proven that she is a monster. You know, Jade is a monster of a different caliber. She's a very big, strong lady. Obviously, can throw people around, but Deeb has strategically cut down every person that she's come against over the past couple of weeks. I guess
And like I feel like Deeb could beat Jade and it not make Jade look bad because of how much they have emphasized, and at this point, how much Deeb has shown how much her veteran abilities can shine through in a match. Like, and with the knowledge that Jade hasn't had as much experience, and you know, pales in comparison, it's not. It wouldn't be surprising to see Deeb, you know, beat Jade just out of pure, you know, strategic ability, like you said.
Yeah, because Jade is very green. You know, and while I think she will have no problem dispatching somebody like Julia Hart, Deeb will pose far more of a challenge. Julia Hart did no way. Sorry, Elvis. Normally I agree with some of the things that you say, but that can't have it. Not my girl Jade.
I will cycle back around to this just real quick. If China were still wrestling, if you mean like right this instant, yeah, China probably would still win.
China, I mean, she was a wonder of the world.
Yeah, I mean, China.
I mean, that bitch is impressive, but
China walked so that Jade could run. Let's be real.
Gotta be real. All right. Got a little bit more to cover, but we are nearing the end of this AEW Dynamite recap and review. I'm Divine Intervention. This is All Elite Joker, and we'll be right back after these messages.
What's going on, UPR Universe, man? This your man, Steaming Willie Beeman, man, and I'm telling y'all, make sure y'all tune in each and every Friday, man, to watch me do what makes Beeman steaming, where I talk about the things throughout the wrestling week that made Beeman steaming. Something.
Oh no, I've been caught. I've been caught.
Oh, you need water. Oh no.
Hydration. It's important. It's important. All right. Keeping it moving. We've got a Dr. Britt Baker DMD promo. Pointing out that while MJF and CM Punk have been taking up premium grade A airtime, time that she could be taking because it's criminal how much she hasn't been given a microphone, they can't seem to keep her name out of their mouth. She's obviously got all the awards. I know she did Best Match, Best Female Star, and Most Improved, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think so.
Those are all the positive things I can say. For me, again, this promo was long. For some of the time that some of these promos went, you could have cut several minutes and put another match of some sort into there, in my personal opinion. And the unfortunate part for me is it was long for long's sake because it was no real setup for where Britt Baker goes from here. She's defeated everybody in her past. She's the best. That's great. So what's next for the DMD? Obviously, it's Thunder Rosa, but when?
I don't know, because I feel like we're in that territory for Revolution where if you're going to start that, I feel like there would already need to be started. And, you know, Thunder Rosa's already mixed up with Mercedes Martinez, and that has nothing to do with Britt.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know.
So I guess Layla's the play. I mean, she's the number one contender. So I guess she's got to, next episode, I'd assume she'd go ahead and call for her title shot.
I guess maybe.
I mean, I don't know.
I can't think of anything. Like, I've been honestly kind of just like somewhat been waiting for Athena to pop up. And
I know.
they're going to be in San Antonio soon, so maybe but
is it enough time to set up for something for Revolution? I mean, she would literally have to show up and point at her WrestleMania style and be like, "You Revolution," and then bam, it happens.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen in AEW. That's what Bryan Danielson tried to do, and they completely shut him down.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I really have no idea. Layla is probably the only thing they can do at this point. I mean, there's 5 weeks, which 5 weeks is enough time to set up a feud.
That's fair.
We're really getting into dangerous territory of or having something that doesn't have a legitimate build for it.
Yeah, or something that's subpar, because I would be lying if I were to say that I was not disappointed, or I would be disappointed if it was Britt Baker versus Leyla Hirsch. Like, they might surprise me and pull out a banger. I mean, Layla is talented. I don't want to take anything away from her skill. But there are so many other choices, and I know you don't want to blow your whole load as far as like doing everything right away. You don't want to do the Thunder Rosa match until you're ready to take it off Britt, but I feel like her reign is coming to an end.
Yeah, I honestly probably would have done Britt versus Rosa here at Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, maybe they are. Who knows? I mean, because here's the thing. That feud is a feud that can pick up very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to get its due, its due time.
No, I agree.
I guess at the same time, I don't want to watch another, hey, you got to go through all of my people before you get to me thing again either.
Yeah.
So maybe we will get Rosa versus, but they're going to have to tap that Mercedes Martinez thing, which, I mean, honestly, they can do pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's nothing that says it can't be within the next 2 weeks, but I don't know. We'll have to see what they do. Like you said, it is 5 weeks from now. That is enough time to do something. Mm-hmm. But if this was going to be long, I wish that they would have at least hinted at what was next for her.
Yeah.
Anyway, continuing in the women's division, just before commercial break, Vicky Guerrero comes out with a big ol' excuse me with Nyla Rose, who is, yes, she is very loud. And obviously Nyla's upset. She didn't win the TBS championship. She thinks it should be hers. And first she's going after Ruby Soho because of her fluke win. Jamie Hayter turns on Britt Baker. Absolutely.
I'm 100% here for it. Just saying. I was waiting for it earlier, but
it's the slow burn company though, man. I mean, Wardlow's been on the verge for what, a year and a half now?
Yeah, and when it happens. I wanted it to be tonight too, but then just not for me.
Do you see Melina or AJ Lee showing up in AEW?
AJ Lee, maybe.
Well, I don't know, because everything's a work, I'm sure, but CM Punk has been pretty adamant that AJ Lee is, she's done. She's ready to just live the civilian life. Melina, I'm not sure. I wish that they would. I wish that there were more.
He's doing stuff.
I wish that there were more seasoned female veterans around. Like a Serena Deeb is absolutely amazing, and I'm so glad that she's getting to have her tear through the division to establish that having veteran status matters. But I wish that they had access to more, like a Natalia or even a Mickie James. She's an Impact, so I mean, it's not far fetched.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping she would come over after she left, but I'm glad she was able to, get her flowers and Impact, which she deserves.
Lena and Cameron are supposed to be surprise entrances in the Rumble. We are on the fence about watching the Rumble. I don't know. You post in the comments your thoughts on whether we should watch the Rumble or not this weekend. Don't really have too many plans, so it could happen, but I'm I'm not entirely convinced yet. Convince me in the comments. All right, moving on to our main event. Orange Cassidy versus Adam Cole in our Lights Out match. I didn't know what to expect with this, to be honest. Orange Cassidy as a character is pretty lax. Obviously, Lights Out match comes with a certain level of intensity, or at least expectation of violence. And Cassidy came prepared. I mean, he came out and broke his glasses right away and proved, said he wasn't.
Broke his own glasses.
Yep, proved he wasn't messing around. Joker, I will let you talk about the next portion after we kind of get into the match a little bit. I know you're so excited.
So the match starts. They fight. They do the, come together and just punch and pound each other thing, which gets the crowd started. And then they start fighting. And then they go out to the outside like usual. And they start brawling on the outside. Cole throws Cassidy into the guardrail, and it hits his back. He's in pain. And of course, this is a lights out match, so you're expecting them to go under the ring to go get things and goodies. And finally, my prayers have been answered, because Adam Cole reaches under the ring, grabs a chair, and it's kind of stuck, or it seems like it's stuck. And so he yanks on it and pulls out Danhausen, who, for those of you who don't know, Danhausen is a wrestler who wrestled with Ring of Honor and is an absolute goon, and I love him dearly. And this is what he looks like.
He's where the Ass Boys comes from.
Yes. So the reason that if you've seen the Sons of a Gun shirt with Ass Boys written on it, that's because of Danhausen and his vlog. And
I think it's been referenced. At least I know it has on like Dark or.
I think Excalibur or Tony somebody called them the Ass Boys.
Taz
today. No, I'm saying today.
Oh, today, yeah.
Yeah, somebody called them the Ass Boys today. And
we love Danhausen in this house.
Hey, man.
I'm just glad he didn't do it. Like, he came out. I thought it brought a certain level of fun and humor that Orange Cassidy's matches always tend to have.
Exactly.
Like, even when he's serious, there's always a certain level of humor to them that I always appreciate because it's true to his character.
Exactly. And I feel like if you're going to have, and because I think Danhausen lives in that area, if you're going to have somebody, if you're going to have him come out and hang out, Danhausen's been nursing an injury, because I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be on AEW television far sooner than now. But he's been nursing an injury, so I'm just glad to see him walking again. And can't wait to see him back in the ring. But yeah, I popped so hard for that because I love Danhausen, and seeing him getting pulled from up under that ring and then just doing his crazy. Because that's him, cursing people.
Yeah, he cursed Adam Cole, man.
Oh, man. And curse him he did, because good Lord, Adam Cole about died later.
Yeah.
But
Adam tries to destroy Orange Cassidy's hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. So, yeah, they keep fighting. Get back in the ring. More fighting. Get back out of the ring. Cole, Orange goes to do it. He grabs Cole. He plants him through a table. Walks away. He comes back to do the Orange Punch. And Orange punches the ring bell. The announce bell.
Mm-hmm.
And so, he walks away from that. Cole then puts his hand in between the steps and the ring and just kicks it. And it was so bad.
It looked awful. It looked absolutely awful.
His hand was cut up and bleeding, and it was not cute.
Hold on, got a quick comment here. Would rather have had them boys, the Briscoes, debut and help CM Punk.
Man, look, I needed somebody to come help my man CM Punk. Nobody came out. I was like, man, Punk, you need more friends. Also,
would the Briscoes debut as babyfaces?
That was what I was about to get to. I don't know how to debut the Briscoes. I would imagine they would probably get debuted almost kind of like baby faces, just because everybody's going to be mad excited when they do show up.
I could almost see them with like a P&P situation.
Well, but I mean, they're going to go after FTR first. Like that's the whole thing. But yeah, and that was what I was going to say. They probably are going to wind up getting cheered as baby faces, because we all know that they're going to go after FTR, and FTR are not very well liked right now.
Yeah, that's fair. So they could be babyface enough to help CM Punk.
Yeah. And you could tie all that to Ring of Honor, because Briscoes were Ring of Honor day one until, possible end of Ring of Honor.
Right.
But yeah, I'm very excited to see them boys on an AEW television, and I would rather it be. I wonder if we'll see them at Revolution. I don't know. I'm very excited to see what happens with them boys. Mayhaps we see them next week after their match against. What are they fighting? Brock and Lee Johnson.
Yes,
I can remember things.
Yep. Good job.
Thank you.
Also, Revolution will be interesting. I know a lot of non-compete clauses are coming up. A lot of stars are free agents as of right now, on both sides. I know AEW has also recently released a couple of people, so free agents on all around, as it were. So interesting to see who's going to show up where. Getting back to the match, speaking of tag teams, had like the Elite Red Dragon best friend-a-thon again. Yep. They all came out, they all beat each other up, they all went to the back. Like, I could have lived without it, but I'm glad that it didn't interfere with the match too much.
Yeah, we knew it was going to happen. It was almost like a Benny Hill sequence, like, like just had the whole sequence. Everybody came out, kicked each other, did other stuff. Oh my God! You know what?
It is possible.
Victor,
just throwing it out there.
Victor, did you watch the GCW show? If so, I would like to know how you felt about the pay-per-view time constraints. But yeah, getting back to the match, the little Benny Hill sequence, it did what it was supposed to do. We all knew it was coming. I still want to see Young Bucks versus Roppongi Vice. I think it's going to be amazing.
Yep.
Hopefully we get to see that, and Rocky cannot have the vid. I'm glad he's no longer has the vid, but
I don't know. I mean, do I want to see it? Maybe, but also no. I'm kind of sick of seeing these teams throwing themselves at each other. I'm just like, when is it going to end? I thought with the Lights Out match that would be it, but I don't know. I feel, for me personally, that ship has sailed.
Yeah, I mean,
as much as that sucks, but
I just love the Young Bucks, and I enjoy Rocky Romero and I'm very
like, maybe if Trent were to turn, like, I know that's coming.
Yeah, I was about to say, and then we could have the whole, that can start the whole Trent turn, have him possibly win with, Rocky Romero and kind of, grass green.
That may have been the original plan.
Maybe.
Anyway, a lot of agony after the orange punch. That obviously the hand crushing in the steps, very, very painful. Adam Cole goes for the low blow, and Orange Cassidy is prepared this time with a thumbtack cup.
Man, I laughed because I was like, man, if this man don't get his Thunderdome looking, and I mean Mad Max, not WWE, Thunderdome looking ass out of here with this. And I was like, but it's smart, and it was funny because it's like Cassie was like, haha, that served its purpose, and just chucked it. Yeah, you had that, and then they fought up the ramp into Gorilla. They smashed Tony Khan's poor table, but he has really good TVs because they kept working after they had slammed each other on top of the TV. Shout out to them TVs.
For sure.
Fought back outside. Oh, wait. Orange did The Panama
I was going to say, he
Sunrise.
did the Panama Sunrise.
Yeah, he hit him with the Panama Sunrise. And I was like, if he beats him with this Panama Sunrise,
it was beautiful.
It was very well executed.
Spiked him.
And then they fought up the ramp and did all the other stuff.
Yep.
Okay. So I thought, nah, man, I got to prepare myself because I can still see it. But we have, a fight on the outside. Cole almost hits him with the boom. Cassidy jumps up, kicks him. It was amazing. But, Cole's ready. He's like, I'm going to take this guy out. And he looks up. I'm going to jump off that. And I'm like, please don't jump off that and do a Panama Sunrise. That's not how physics works.
Nope.
But I was like, whatever. Something's going to happen.
Whole knee.
Right. All your knees. At least he's not Tony Nese with his tiny knees. Anyway. Tiny knees. I mean, anyway. My bad. But yeah, so Cole, we follow Cole and he gets up to the top of the entrance ramp or the entrance tunnel. And he looks down and Cassidy's not there. And there goes that, a little bit of comedy with the Orange Cassidy match, like usual.
Mm-hmm.
Hits him with the low blow. And I'm like, okay, pause. No tables have been set up. I don't see anything that they can land on.
Where do we go from here?
Ramp. Yeah,
they are up on a metal truss.
Yeah,
scaffolding situation
on top of the entrance tunnel. And so there's nothing around. They've set literally nothing up. I was like, where are they going to go? And then Orange just hugs Cole.
Got to give the people what they want.
And just sideways slams this man through the entrance ramp. And I thought Adam Cole was dead for 3 seconds.
He was dead for 3 seconds because Orange Cassidy got the win.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the way that they landed was obviously, one, convenient for the pin because Orange Cassidy was laid on top of Adam Cole, baby. But yeah, I agree. I was like, okay, he didn't do the what they did in the ladder match where there was a couple of spots where we had a bit of setup, but nothing happened. He went straight up, and then I was like, okay, well, where do we go from here?
Bro, when they went crashing through the floor, I was just like, oh my God, somebody's injured in some shape, form, or fashion. But it appears that no one was, which was a miracle. And
I'm more concerned about Sammy and Cody, to be honest, from an injury perspective.
Oh my God, yeah. No, somebody broke a rib. At least one.
It's
maybe
probably
5.
Sammy.
He
seemed to be okay, though. He came back out and did his cue card situation.
Cody's the one I'd be more concerned with because he took a whole Sammy to the chest.
Not a whole
a whole Sammy to the chest. And what did he have on his back? Oh yeah, that's right, a ladder. that did not give.
It did not give, ladies and gentlemen. All right, a couple of last comments here. I wonder where were Sting and Darby Allin tonight?
Brooding.
Excellent question. Brooding? Like Batman.
Hey, they have to get their brood meter up here so that they can wrestle.
Night.
That's what they wrestle off of. They brood. So they got to get the meter up so that they can do while they're wrestling.
Screaming, ascending. To be fair, they just had a wicked match recently. Sting is very old. And right now they're not doing one without the other. So I'm
that
sure
man dove over a crowd onto another man on a table. He deserves some time off because he's 62.
Let him rest. Let Grandpa rest. All right. Did hear Frankie Kazarian re-signed with AEW today. Congratulations to AEW for sure. Frankie Kazarian is a legend in his own right. Who do you think will beat Dr. Britt Baker DMD for the title? We already said Thunder Rosa. Obviously, nobody else. has presented themselves to be a true challenger in that way. Jamie Hayter, after she turns on Britt, I don't think Jamie's going to be anywhere near the title scene anytime soon. I think her being associated with Britt is as close as she's going to get for a while.
I do like Jamie Hayter, though.
Yeah, she's very talented, super talented. But there are so many other people that I feel would be in front of her for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, everyone, that is the end of our recap and review. Thanks so much for chilling with us this evening. I think it was a great episode of Dynamite this week. Kind of a transition. I mean, they did a couple things with the CM Punk promo and a lot of self-validation, I guess, kind of fluffing some things up with promos. I'm hoping to see more wrestling in the next few episodes. But
yeah, real promo heavy.
We're on the road to Revolution, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Very excited.
What do you rate tonight's show? I'd give it an 8. I'd give it a solid 8.
7.5 to 8.
7.5. Yeah, that's fair.
Actually, nope. I take that back. It's got to be at least a solid 8.
Why did it? What took it up that extra? That's what kicked it up to that. I enjoyed myself, so I'm sticking with my solid 8.
No, I mean, it was a fun show. It was just me being nitpicky, honestly.
Hey, look, man, gotta hold him accountable.
Yeah.
I give it a 9.5. Wow, that's high praise.
Mm-hmm.
High praise.
Look, biased answer, it gets a 10 because it had Danhausen, because I love Danhausen. And look, Danhausen is very nice and very evil, and he deserves to be on my television, and I want him to be on my television every like, if Danhausen just pops up at random places once a week, kind of like R-Truth or whatever, especially since he's injured, I would be perfectly fine with it. Just to random people too. Like, it doesn't even matter who it is.
I know he has a thing. I mean, I don't want to, bring anything too gimmicky, but I know he's a big fan of Jade Cargill. So, I mean, I could see him and Smart Market going at it or something. Jade's a woman of few words, so
Exactly. And then you got the Ass Boys, because they absolutely loathe him.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, the potential's there, and the fact that he can move around without his cast, I think, is going to be huge for potentially seeing more Danhausen on our Dynamite television screens.
He was on Jericho Cruise too.
He was on the Jericho Cruise. He's pretty tight with a lot of the AEW peeps.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging with us this evening. I'm Divine Intervention. He's All Elite Joker, and this is Unpopular Reviews AEW Dynamite Recap. You guys have a good one, and we'll catch you next week.
Later, y'all.